Hey, Michael with XForcePC. I want to talk to you a little bit about our company and how we got started. You may say, well, where did XForcePC come from? So, the guy that created X-Plane, his name's Austin. You may or may not know that. And he and I have been friends since the 4th grade. And, just kind of grew up together doing, nerdy stuff. And, Austin created X-Plane when he was in college and then started selling it out of his house, out of his apartment, really, to start with. He had an apartment, and then he got a small house. And at some point, he was shipping more than he wanted to handle himself. He was, said something to the effect of, wow, it's really taking up a lot of my time, the shipping. And I said, well, shoot, why don't I do that? At the time, I didn't have any kids, so I had spare time, and so I started shipping X-Plane, and so that was about 16 years ago, and every copy of X-Plane since then that's been sold at xplane.com has shipped out of our place at XForcePC. So we've been working with them for quite a long time. Now at some point during that process, I said, I'm a computer expert. Why don't I build computers that are good for X-Plane? Because sometimes, or lots of times, people go out and they buy something and say, well, gee, it's on the box, it says it's really great. So hopefully when I bring it home and I load X-Plane on it, it works well. The good thing about buying from us is that if you buy something from us for X-Plane, it's going to work well for its intended purpose. And so that's a good reason, to work with us. Another thing we have is we have really good remote support tools. It's very rare that we have to have someone send a computer back. It does happen occasionally, but we have very robust remote support tools. We can remote into the system. You have to open the door. We cannot just remote into your machine whenever we want. But if you're having a problem, you can, open the door. We can remote in and take a look at your system and kind of see what's going on our screen. What you see on your screen is what we see on our screen. And we can kind of help you figure out what's going on. Try calling HP, Acer, Asus, one of those companies. No telling. You're going to get somebody in India and, they're going to know the basics. Well, if you try turning it off and turning it back on, are the plugs plugged in good? And that's what you're going to get. With us, you get a whole lot more. You get specialized service. We know what you're doing. When it comes to X-Plane, we're experts. We also are experts to a lesser degree, but we're experts in Microsoft Flight Sim and Prepared, and we do support those as well because some customers do still need to use those products even though we prefer X-Plane. So, that's a good reason to work with us. And another one, probably the biggest one, is we want you to be happy. We have a desire for you to have a good experience. We will work very hard to make sure that's a good experience. Obviously, there are limits as to what we can do, but it's very rare that we have a situation where we can't make a customer be very happy with what they've received and have a really good experience. So that's probably the biggest differentiator is, we want you to be happy. That's the big one.